host, Theodore, and tonight we're unraveling a story that's taken some truly wild turns over the years. You think you know a case, and then boom, new evidence hits. And joining me to help make sense of all this is someone who's always got an eye for the details, the brilliant Julian. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, Theodore. You know, when you said wild turns, I thought you were talking about my commute, but this case, honestly, it's even crazier.
Right? Because for so long, we heard about Connor Pittman and this idea of blackout rage in the Janice Crowley murder. But now it seems that narrative is really starting to crumble, doesn't it?
It's absolutely crumbling, Theodore. I mean, for years, the story was Connor Pittman, this blackout rage, right? But now we're hearing about inmates testifying that Lindsey Hill, his girlfriend, actually confessed to the murder.
Wait, so not Connor, but Lindsey? That's a massive shift. What was her motive if it wasn't Connor's rage?
Well, according to these confessions, it was pure, unadulterated jealousy. Lindsey was apparently obsessed with Connor, and she was furious about his interest in Janice Crowley. It was a crime of passion, not some drug-fueled blackout.
Talk about a plot twist. From blackout rage to jealousy's dark fury in one fell swoop. And the details from these inmate confessions are pretty chilling, aren't they? It wasn't just a moment of anger, was it?
Not at all. Lindsey's confession detailed a meticulous dismemberment and cleanup. This wasn't some impulsive act, it was calculated. It really paints a different picture of what happened that night.
So, the original narrative of Connor Pittman, the privileged bully whose behavior was often ignored, and his life spiraling into substance abuse, that's still part of his story, but maybe not the whole story of Janice's death.
Exactly. Connor was a troubled guy, no doubt, but his relationship with Janice was actually platonic. There was no romantic involvement, no motive for him to harm her. That's a huge piece of the puzzle that got overlooked.
So he was a victim of his own reputation in a way, and a very jealous girlfriend.
It really makes you wonder about the initial investigation, doesn't it? How did this get missed for so long? And who finally started digging into this new evidence?
That's where Detective Ginny O'Malley comes in. She had a personal history with Connor, actually. She saw him as both a perpetrator of his own unchecked behavior and a victim of it. She was determined to uncover the truth, not just for Janice's family, but to confront her own past trauma.
A detective with a personal stake. That always adds another layer to these cases. So, Jenny's investigation, what did it reveal about Lindsey's role beyond the confessions?
Well, Lindsey was initially downplaying her involvement, but Ginny's team found forensic evidence on the gun that implicated her as the murderer. And it turns out Lindsey was deeply obsessed with Connor, willing to do anything for him, including participating in the cover-up.
Obsession is a scary thing, man. Especially when it leads to, that.
It really is. And this whole time, Janice's parents never gave up hope for a full account of their daughter's final moments. This new evidence must be incredibly difficult, but also, I imagine, a step towards closure.
Absolutely. Ginny and her partner Ben, their whole drive was to provide that closure, to finally give Janice's family the truth about what happened to her.
So where was Lindsey all this time? Was she just walking around free?
She was. Lindsey was found living under an alias in Arizona, involved in small-time drug dealing. Ginny and Ben, with federal authorities, tracked her down using her criminal connections. It took years, but they got her.
Wow, so she thought she got away with it. That's a wild journey for justice. And it really highlights the devastating impact of unaddressed trauma, doesn't it?
It does, and the importance of speaking up against bullying, too. Connor's background, his privilege, it all played a part in how his behavior was perceived and, frankly, ignored for too long.
So Ginny O'Malley, she's the real hero. Pain into purpose.
She really is. Her journey is a testament to finding justice for victims and providing hope in dark situations. It's a powerful story, Julian, and it's far from over. Julian, thank you so much for breaking down this incredibly complex case for us. It was even wilder than your commute, apparently.
Always a pleasure, Theodore. And honestly, this case really does put my morning traffic in perspective.
Yeah, makes you think twice about who you're dating, right? jealousy's dark fury is no joke.
Indeed. And that's all the time we have for Blackout Rage or Jealousy's Dark Fury tonight. A huge thank you to Julian and Malik. We'll see you next time.